This is Elizabeth, the first Queen of England. She's kind of a big deal. Her dad was Henry VIII. Her reign would last from 1558 until her death in 1603. She would be the last Tudor monarch. Her mother was Henry's second wife, Anne Boleyn, who he had executed. After her father's death, a struggle for the English crown would see her imprisoned for a year on suspicion of supporting Protestant rebels. When her half-sister died in 1558, Elizabeth succeeded to the throne. She depended heavily on a group of advisors led by William Cecil. One of her first actions as queen was to create an English Protestant church, which would eventually become the Church of England. Despite numerous courtships, Elizabeth never had any children, and because of this, she is sometimes referred to as the Virgin Queen. She would eventually be succeeded by her first cousin twice removed, James VI of Scotland, the son of Mary, Queen of Scots. Her rule as Queen of England was more moderate than her father had been. The Pope would rather rudely declare her illegitimate in 1570. This would lead to several conspiracies against her. These plots would eventually be defeated by a secret service run by Francis Walsingham. By the mid-1580s, Elizabeth could no longer avoid war with the Spanish. On the 12th of July 1588, the Spanish Armada, a great fleet of ships, set sail for the English Channel. The Armada's plan was to ferry a Spanish invasion force under the Duke of Parma to the coast of southeast England from the Netherlands. The Armada was defeated by a combination of miscalculation, misfortune, and an attack of English fire ships off Gravelines at midnight, which dispersed the Spanish ships. The Armada would eventually limp back home to Spain in shattered remnants. The defeat of the Armada was a big propaganda victory, both for Elizabeth and for Protestant England. The English took their delivery as a symbol of God's favor and of the nation's strength under the Virgin Queen. Elizabeth's reign became known as the Elizabethan era. The arts flourished during this period. Country houses such as Longleat and Hardwicke Hall were built. Miniature painting reached its high point. Theaters thrived. The Queen attended the first performance of Shakespeare's A Midsummer Night's Dream. Composers such as William Byrd and Thomas Tallis also worked in Elizabeth's court. Elizabeth's reign also saw many brave voyages of discovery, including those of Francis Drake, Walter Raleigh, and Humphrey Gilbert, particularly to the Americas. These expeditions prepared England for an age of colonization and trade expansion, which Elizabeth herself recognized by establishing the East India Company in 1599. Overall, Elizabeth's always shrewd and, when necessary, decisive leadership brought successes during a period of great danger both at home and abroad. She died at Richmond Palace on the 24th of March 1603, having become a legend in her lifetime. The date of her accession was a national holiday for 200 years.